1 week less, mabibigyan mo yung mock-up ng less. Oh, 1 week. Next Friday na. So wala tayong pasok ng sa Thursday, Friday.
Ayun. Kahit ano, before Wednesday siguro.
Yung ano naman muna eh. Yung tatlo. Friday.
No, wala ko ng pa. Is wala pa ng pasok.
Okay na. 2 days.
Sige. Hindi, 3 days na. Monday, Tuesday.
Oh, yung EPA ano? Yung dan contract ko yung ano pa na.
Wala.
Ay, kung pinag-usapan namin Darwin kanina.
Hindi.
Yung about sa for yung ay, mas maganda rin yung gamitin eh. Kaso, huwag na rin natin sabihin kay tatay. I-edit na lang daw namin yung ay. Tama?
Yep. Wala mo lahat ng variables.
Mababaliw ako dun sa kaka-edit ng variables.
Hindi yung ano, folder na yung, huwag na yung variable na literal na ano, ganito kasi para sa ano. Hindi, ano lang, huwag dito. Folder name lang, file name.
Burahin ko muna lahat ng mga sumasakit ulo ko yun eh.
Gawa kang panibagong folder. Gawa ko panibagong folder na walang naman. Sabihin ko naman.
Please fancy.
Toilet.
CR.
Toilet again.
Call.
CR?
Yeah.
Doing
One hour again.
Okay, see something good. About the ideal that we have one more domain. It's called
Builder.
Elder.
builder.com, but
Looks like Elder.
Is that number 8?
number
Yes.
8.
Builder.
Yeah, you can maybe this builder.com worth for about 10 or 100,000. You can buy it. One more domain for tools. It's builder.com. You can just call it builder. Because actually the A, if you become a small case, is like this, right? But when it's capital, case is similar to A. Builder. Still called builder. But A has some pronunciation of A, right? A.
Yes.
F. And actually, it just inspire and involve the imagination. Yeah, this one. And Darwin, I need you to move the demo .btc.com to demo 1.
Demo 1.btc.
Yeah.
Sure.
So maintain the current demo to match the setup first.
I see.
Later. Then we feel it later. Maintain this first. Maybe you can set up another as www1 as well.
Sure.
Demo 1, www1. Demo and www.
So this demo is the first one, right? The first BTC. The first
Which
BTC.
one is, I think the first one is not lot worse than the second one.
Yes.
So after you add the translation, the localization.
Okay.
So we keep the first version first and maintain together. This you just move the current demo into demo 1
Sure.
and set up www1
Sure.
Hey, how about the lucky IO iMaker?
It's still ongoing, but design.
Yeah, for the design, I will move it by next week because we need to finish the design for the dashboard of iBuilder or iBuilder.
Yeah, but this is prioritized.
Which is more prioritized?
Yeah. When you need to survive, you always do the box asking. You always prioritize the box asking.
But the dashboard, if we don't have design, we cannot start for
Because
our
he only designed the white paper.
No, our function is almost ready. Only need the design, and we can start. Even for the backend, it's ready.
But white paper, you can't finish it in some hours. You just, if you can't finish by design, you just copy from some design that you think is very good. Yeah, so I always suggest to reuse. You see, like I just give you a due date is and then you give me something. The something is either from your design or from somewhere you think is very good. Either way is okay.
Today, I will.
Yeah, thanks.
But what if we can't finish it today?
Next week, but I need to give you some patience, right? To move it faster.
Okay.
Then you need to, like, the strategy is you tell someone you give them 10 days, but you only give them 3 days. The strategy is like that. But it's okay that because you just beyond their expectation. So the quality can be lower quality, they will accept it will be lower. Then we have space to optimize. Something like that is kind of strategy. So how about the content of the white paper?
For the content, I am like 70% done, but I have to translate it later.
That's why we want to set a task to some hours goal. Like if the task is only give you 3 hours to finish it, so you need to think a way that you need to finish it in 3 hours. So if I need to design from scratch, I can't finish because I need about 13 hours or 30 hours to finish a creative and new design. Right? So just copy from others. Because there are already some thousand design from you to copy. You just need that. Don't worry. We still have not to the deadline, but we need to finish it before then. So we still have time to optimize. Here we have time for the dashboard. I only require some hours. So I'm okay.
Today is the last day of our sprint. First sprint for the idol. This is the project audit.
Hindi ko na gagawin yung lagi sa registration. Tapos ko na.
This is a
Diba?
2-week assessment of the progress of the idol.
Push ko
For
na
the
yun.
design,
Push ko na.
yeah, the portal login registration and templates are done. Yeah. And then the dashboard is in progress. For the front end, the login register portal modules are done, and then they are currently working on the website builder. Same with the API, the login, register, subscribe, and contract builder connection is done. He is also working on the website builder. for the admin panel, we have a template created from React.js. And then for the smart contract builder,
100%. 100%.
yeah, what done? The smart contract builder is already done.
No, wala na. Registration sa palagi na lang.
It is 100% done.
100% done.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, regarding the issues, there are, from what I have observed, there are two issues for the iBuilder right now. First is the time constraint. Developers can finish all modules until November 16, but the website builder may lack functionalities, right?
We always consider something. Yeah. When you consider about the date, you always consider something, not 5 days. You understand? So it's November 18th.
And then another one is the sitting arrangement. Since Reg is sitting outside now, they are having problems, or they are having a hard time interacting and collaborating with each other.
It is part of the strategy. So
So,
I say it's a part of the strategy. So you need to adapt. You need to adapt to the strategy.
currently there are no change requests for the iBuilder. And then for the review, this will be answered by the developers and designer. For the recommendations, this will be answered by if you have more recommendations for the process and such. But the overall summary of the iBuilder, the designer and developers are on track and they can easily adapt to the changing parts of the project. And that's all.
I will restrict my recommendation and suggestion into the meeting only. I try. In common working day, if I find some bug or issue, I will just tell my lead, something like that. So right now we can try to review if we have some project to solve. Yeah, maybe next time. We can review in the meeting, right? So maybe we'll do that.
And that's all.
So about the how high is it? How high is it?
Oh, gano'n kahirap?
You said you have like half time. Because after the development, you will not cooperate on this part of it, right?
Yeah, after.
Yeah, because the internal office has too many people. If possible, you want to move somewhere else.
Here.
Maybe we move less to our place.
Bye, Les.
Baka no, I can stay. So, but part of calling a residency when they need to talk with me might not be considered as
Maipis eh.
if it's okay from my residency now. If we need to talk, we need to go to my station. So that
Your station CNTC is so small.
Ang dadamay ka pa rin.
What about Daisy and Marison?
What do we think about it?
The difficulty about the collaboration.
It's not hard to collaborate, but
No,
the project itself is hard. So
the project is
Yeah.
hard. So what's your suggestion?
No, I'm not
What's the
suggesting.
current problem? Because we have a difficulty, right? Where is the difficulty? About the technology, architecture, system, or coding?
The difficulty is we don't have any proper knowledge about what to do, what standard we may need. That's the we have lack of knowledge about the technology. So we need to research how to do thoroughly, how to do this specific project. That's the hardest part. But the collaborating was not hard. But I think
So, because we are lacking of knowledge, we are usually study from others and ask Marie. Because you need to know the proper features of the functionality so you can test it, right? So maybe actually you should give the definition of the feature. Something like that. Because you can't, if you can't define it, how could you test it? Correct, right? So actually I just suggest if you need a knowledge about technology, just submit a request to Marie. So she will do the research. If you have knowledge or doubt about anything not related to technology, you just submit a request to Alexa. This is technology. This is non-technology. Something like that. So later about investment, knowledge of investment, Alexa will collect all the lacking of investment. So later you can teach the group about the investment. And you can teach about the feature and personality that the system should be. It's okay? So if you have some difficulty, you just write it down and then duplicate to others. Because you have difficulty for a long time, right? 1 week or 2 weeks, you can't solve it. Then you will need help. You will need help. If you have difficulty, you will need help. And then you show to the group. Then we will try to find an expert to handle it. If we can't find an expert to handle the problem, we will find other way. Maybe hire an expert, outsourcing the problem, something like that. We charge. So after you define the feature of the functionality, actually we will have a standard later. Something like that.
By the way, I have finished the blockchain and cryptocurrency lesson for
teacher. Morning, ma'am.
No, if you're not busy,
Yeah.
I can provide you the lesson.
How about now?
No, we're too busy right now.
We're not.
No, we still have half an hour.
Is it multiple choice?
Also, we have blockchain and what?
Yes,
And
yes.
what? Blockchain and what?
Cryptocurrency?
Cryptocurrency.
About
Okay.
the basics of
Which one do you want? Which
Saan
one do
tayo?
you want?
Cryptocurrency.
Blockchain.
Blockchain.
Blockchain first.
Andito ba?
How's blockchain works?
Sinabi mo eh.
Sinabi mo.
Ilaw. Ano ba magpapresent ka dito? Patay na ilaw.
Sige ako.
Sinabi niya eh. But what was those three questions? Swimming.
yeah.
Swimming.
Review.
Swimming.
Zoom.
What
Alam ko, show
is
me.
good?
What is good? What is bad?
What can be better?
What can be better? Okay, maybe we will use maybe some 10 minutes to handle those things first.
Yeah, we use all the time.
No. 6
Blockchain
minutes.
na lang. Blockchain na lang.
6 minutes.
Patay na ulit.
Pero may GPI ko.
Hindi nga.
Oh.
Sabi mo.
Regrets. answer this one while I'm.
I think it's very not specific. It's not specific. How to answer.
Yeah, it's broad. Maybe if they have general problems.
Because we don't have anything to review, so we can't. Yeah.
Maybe next time.
Next week.
Wala.
Because at this moment,
I like some. Wait.
this oh,
Uy, paste it. Can you open the paste it?
is it open?
Paste it.
Look,
Ba't bago yung ano mo?
Ganyan daw pag ano yung ma'am na.
Di bago yan?
kita ka daw.
Nakita ba yung Nicolas? Nakita ba yung Nicolas?
Di ba? Masuri pa kasi sa'yo.
How much IT?
Wala ang sabi. Paano ba ito stress? View?
F12.
Power and IT. But later you can get a new one.
Sometimes I get hungry.
You can enter if you pray. Maybe you need to
Pala. Online pala yun.
use some pen.
So,
Oh.
so class.
Yeah, carry the camera. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Lalagay ko to sa resume. Top. So these are the basics of cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is a currency like money that only exists in computers. It exists in a blockchain and it uses cryptography. These are the examples of cryptocurrency. This is the famous one, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ripple, Dogecoin, Peercoin.
Okay. Straight. I see the okay.
Okay.
Okay, next. Cryptography. Maybe you are all familiar with this one.
No.
Only
This is the practice of encrypting certain data or information so that it can be kept secrets from others. It can be kept secret from others. So, in cryptocurrency, the data that that is processed in the blockchain is encrypted so that not all can access the data.
I think you need to remove the chair. More confident. Yeah.
So this lesson is only basic. Alright, I will not be deeper into cryptocurrency. So next, how cryptography is used in cryptocurrency. So we have keys, the public key and private key. The public key can be shared with other people on the network. When you have transactions with other people, you can share your public key with them. And then this is your private key. It cannot be shared to others, and it is used to decrypt the transactions that are sent to you. For example, the owner of the Bitcoin address uses his private key to digitally sign any transaction that he makes, so that each transaction has its own owner, and they have to digitally sign the signature, digitally sign the transaction so that they know that they own that one. And then the public key is generated by the private key to an account So this can be publicly shared. Just like what I have said earlier, you use the public key to share your transaction to others. So fiat money. Usually you can see this when you search for cryptocurrency. This is real money, the one that you pay with outside. Yeah. For example, it's peso, dollars. Coin versus token. Not all of us knows that there is a difference between coin and token. These are interchanged usually, but they have a difference. So coin is also referred to as altcoins or alternative coin. They are an alternative to Bitcoin. They have the same features, but it's like Bitcoin but with new features, and they possess their own independent blockchain. For example, Monero and Litecoin. A token is like what we're making right now. We are creating a token on top of the Ethereum blockchain. Yeah. That's what it is. A blockchain is a network made up of transactions. It verifies each transaction to avoid double spending. It is basically a public ledger, and it uses P2P network. Ito ko na. Maybe we can watch this one.
Yeah.
Double spending. What is double spending? This term refers to having multiple transactions with the same coin. With a coin from a currency, this isn't an issue because we have physical money. But this was a big issue in cryptocurrency, which is one of the reasons that it failed back in the 90s. There are a few main ways to perform double spending. Number one, a race attack. This is when someone sends two conflicting transactions rapidly into the Bitcoin network, and the first transaction gets overridden by the second one, but the sender still benefits from both of the transactions. Number two, Finney attack. Named after Hal Finney, who is the one that suggested it. This form of double spending only works if the person accepts unconfirmed transactions. The person mines a block normally. In that block that he is looking for, he sends some of the coins back to himself without broadcasting the transaction. Once a block is found, he does not broadcast it, but instead sends these coins to someone for their services. After the person accepts the payment and provides the service, the miner will broadcast the block, and this will send the coins back to himself and override the transaction previously made, while still benefiting from the services. And lastly, the 51% attack, which is in simple terms means that only 51% of total computing power of the Bitcoin network to reverse any transactions and also control which transactions show up in blocks. That was a brief explanation of double spending. Invest at your own risk. If you guys have any other questions about double spending, please comment below, share the video, and click
Just
the
like
subscribe
real
button.
money, you can't double spend your money. Your
What do you mean by double spend?
Hindi ka pwedeng bumili ulit.
Example, you have a 100 token, and then you buy at the same time you buy this product about 100 token, and then this one is 100 token. You buy at the same time.
Okay.
That is
So
double
you can
spend.
buy it if you at the same
You only have 100 token, but you buy at the same time two products,
Why?
same price.
Okay. So this double spending.
Double spend.
Next.
Double spending. What?
Public ledger. This is like the blockchain. It is a record book of all the genuine transactions, executed between network participants. Every transaction that happens within the network is recorded in the blockchain, like in the public ledger. Everyone can see the transactions, and it is decentralized. It doesn't have a server and such. It is the backbone of a cryptocurrency, as it is where everything is stored after verification. Next. You read.
Ano mo na, parang matapos.
How does blockchain work? For example, I am the participant and I request a transaction. And then it will be funneled into the P2P network. P2P network means there are no middlemen in the transaction. There's no other third party or interference. For example, I want Lester to buy this pen. There's no walang serbuhan na ganyan lang. Just like that.
Okay.
Directly pay.
Direct pay. Parang door to door.
Peer-to-peer network.
You know P2P box?
Peer-to-peer is
Yes.
the topology of the network, right? That is peer-to-peer. LAN to LAN, thing like that.
Parang door to
Search
door.
P2P box. So that's not in dito. The next.
So,
Next na.
so mining, ikaw yung mag-explain.
Hindi ko alam.
Ikaw magaling din yung ilang mo ko eh.
Mining.
Move the camera to near your laptop. Yeah.
Like that.
Malapit sa akin yun. That's right.
Usually, it is defined as the creation of new coins, right? But from what I have researched, it is the mechanism that secures the Bitcoin system. This is the verification process of the transactions that are put into the blockchain. So, miners, these are the ones who verify transactions. They compete to solve a difficult mathematical problem. And then when it is solved, it is added to the blockchain. Next.
Buti naglagay ka ng video, no?
What is Bitcoin mining? Bitcoin operates as a peer-to-peer network. This means that everyone who uses Bitcoin is a tiny fraction of the value of Bitcoin. But where do Bitcoins come from? With paper money, a government decides when to print and distribute money. Bitcoin doesn't have a central government. With Bitcoin, miners use special software to solve math problems and are issued a certain number of Bitcoins in exchange. This provides a smart way to issue the currency and also creates an incentive for more people to mine. And since miners are required to approve Bitcoin transactions, more miners means a more secure network. The Bitcoin network automatically changes the difficulty of the math problems, depending on how fast they're being solved. In the early days, Bitcoin miners solved these math problems with the processors in their computers. Soon, miners discovered that graphics cards used for gaming were much better suited to this kind of math.